Welcome into Drew's Daily Diamond for Wednesday, December 4th, 2024. I am Drew Martin breaking down the slate of games. We got college basketball, the second edition for this season, going again with three marquee games, primetime action, nationally televised games. Some good ones here, guys. Possible Final Four previews. Let me know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree, what your picks are for tonight, for this week across all sports. All is welcome. Helps out the algorithm, growing the show. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. As we got first game up, Alabama and North Carolina, the SEC ACC Challenge, 7:15 Eastern time. It is 177 being the total. We are seeing the Tar Heels minus 2-point home favorites. UNC comes in 4-3 on the season. They lost to Auburn, Kansas, and Michigan State. They did beat Dayton. Head coach Hubert Davis, man, they aren't afraid to play the big boys early in the season. You got to give them credit for that, even though their record doesn't look that sexy, just a game over 500. It's pretty much the same story for Alabama. A little bit prettier of a record, 6-2. They already beat Illinois and Houston. They lost to Purdue and Oregon. They lost to the Ducks actually on Saturday in their last game. Kind of a scheduling advantage, I would call it, quote unquote, towards UNC. Their last game was against Michigan State in the loss. So they have a full week off because that was last Wednesday. So, it's always, I guess, a little bit tricky handicapping schedule spots with time off because could it be a little bit more rust? In this case, I tend to give UNC a little bit of credit there. Now, both of these two teams, guys, UNC's minus 2-point home favorites, 177 the total. Yes, you heard that right. College basketball game, 40 minutes, 177 being the total. And it really speaks to what both of these two teams do offensively. Now, we know head coach Nate Oates for Alabama, top 5 in tempo. They're also top 5 in offensive efficiency, so they can score with anybody. We get UNC. They've been going fast as well, top 7 in tempo and offensive efficiency. So both of these two teams going to go up and down the court. Now, I always go by the kind of slogan, if you're going to go north of 160 in a point total, you need kind of a clean ride. To go north of 175, there can't be kind of sizable defensive, I guess, at the forefront parts of this game. I would rather go at this because I also don't want to bet this under. If you're new to college basketball and betting totals, if you're betting an under with two teams that play like this, that's a hard watch. Now, I'll cash a ticket anytime, but considering it's early in the season, we get a volatile market here. I'm staying away from the total. Instead, guys, I actually think UNC here, there is minus 1.5 out there. It's primarily minus 2 is the home favorite, but they have a sizable free throw edge. And when you're at home, you're laying a small number here. You want that in your back pocket. They're 79% from the charity stripe. That's top 25 in the country. And both teams get to the free throw line a lot. When you look at their percentage of points scored, a lot of it is coming from free throws. So this could be a kind of a high stoppage game, if you will. And I actually like UNC here. You can shop around for the one in the hook. This is the night before I'm filming this, Pacific time, about 5 p.m. on Tuesday night. There is 1.5 out there. Let's go on the Tar Heels at home over Alabama to start us off. We got 2 games left here, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're talking Marquette and Iowa State. Iowa State, the Cyclones, minus 6-point home favorites, 152 being the total. Head coach Shaka Smart has got Marquette out to the 8-0 start. They've been playing great basketball, 94 points in back-to-back games, both overs by double digits, by the way. Up against Iowa State here, minus 6-point home favorites. They're 5-1 on the season. Their head coach, TJ Otzenberger, if you're watching as a bettor, you might remember him at UNLV, high up-tempo offenses up and down the court. And actually, both of these two teams, top 25 in terms of average offensive possession length and offensive efficiency. So kind of the same tone as Alabama and UNC. I actually think both of these two teams going up and down the court, we get a lot different total here, 152. So over 25 points less. That comes into effect. Iowa State, their only loss, a tight one against Auburn. They've scored 80-plus points in every game. So this team's pretty reliable offensively. They scored 99 points last time out. It was 170 points in total against Colorado. That was their last game. Marquette, offensively, just talked about their stats, 94 in back-to-back games. Low 150s. I think this is too low, guys. I think this gets into the 160s here. I think we're also going to see a big move totals-wise. So hopefully we get to show up early and get this out there, because I would be on Marquette and Iowa State over 152 sooner than later for the second of 3 games we're breaking down. All big-time games, too. We got one left in the 9 o'clock Eastern hour I'm going to get to. A reminder, if you could comment below, smash that like button. It does help out the algorithm, guys. Anything is welcome in the comments below. Any questions, fire away as well. We'll be hitting college basketball throughout the week moving forward, along with NFL, college football, bowl season as well. Drew's Daily Diamond, going daily on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Premium picks, Drew Martin, WagerTalk.com. Got the Wednesday slate up and a 5% max limit going in the NFL. All right, 9:15 Eastern, Auburn and Duke, nationally televised game. Duke -2 in the hook, home favorites 144 being the total. Pay no attention to the Auburn hat, or you can either way. 7-0, that is the Tigers out the gate. Duke 5-2 on the season. Respectable losses, though, against Kansas and Kentucky. Both of those games came down to the wire. Duke is 4-0 at home. Head coach John Shire has got them playing well, 41% from three-point range. So if you're going to bet on a team that shoots a whole lot of free three-pointers, they kind of live and die behind the three-point line. I always like to bet on those teams at home. I feel like they shoot better at home. I mean, they do shoot better at home if you go kind of long-term, but three-point range in college basketball can be a volatile handicap. Auburn, #1 offensive efficiency team in the country. Duke, #1 defensive efficiency team in the country. So Bruce Pearl, he's got the Auburn Tigers playing well after that first-round loss to the Ivy League team. What was that, Yale, in last year's tournament? They beat Iowa State out the gate. They beat Houston. And really the player matchup here is Broom for Auburn and Cooper Flagg, the highly recruited kid for Duke. I'm guessing they're going to be covering each other some of the time in this. So 2 of the top players in the country. This is going to be a fun one for kind of NBA fans to watch, with those 2 guys likely headed to the association next year. Duke, in their #1 defensive efficiency rating, they held Seattle and Wofford under 50 points. They actually held Wofford to 35 points. I don't know how much we can bring that in. Obviously, a different caliber of athlete, Auburn and Wofford. But I do like that at home, #1 defensive efficiency team, 41% from three-point range. This is not a best bet by any means. Not going to make the client card, guys. But, hey, college basketball, home court advantage here. This is one of the best ones out there and really all of North American sports. I like Duke here, guys. If you can find a -2, does look to be -2.5. That's going to be the Duke Blue Devils over the Auburn Tigers. So we got the short home favorite in Duke. Talked about Marquette and Iowa State over 152, guys, sooner than later. And UNC, Alabama, breaking that one down as well at the top. So, and that is UNC -1.5, the free throw edge. Remember that in that one. All right, guys, I'm Drew Martin. That does it for the Wednesday college basketball show. We'll be breaking NFL down on tomorrow's show, as well as some college basketball. So come back and join us. Comment below, smash that like button. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Cash those tickets. Thanks for tuning in.